Welcome to the NBA Finals of 2025. Oh, let's get the formalities out the way. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now, just know that you are locked in on To the Point with the King and the Raptors Freak. This is kind of monumental. It's a collaboration between us, whether you're watching us on Raptors Freak or you're watching us on To the Point. Just know, show each side some love because we're here for you guys. This is what we want to do. This is what we love to do. We're staying up late. Look at Lex. He's yawning. So you guys can find To the Point on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, TikTok. Thank you, Arturus. But you guys can most importantly find Raptors Freak every damn morning. I don't know how this guy does it. I don't know. Live stream, leave a comment in the chat. He definitely will get back to you. Very personable guy. And it's my man, the lyrical Leviathan, Lex. How are you doing tonight after watching game one?
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is the lyrical Leviathan, the Raptors Freak, Lex in the house. And I'm coming at you after a wild game one with Indiana Pacers taking and stealing the game in front of a crowd in Oklahoma City where they are shook, because they didn't think they'd come into that. There's a good vibes, rumbles out there rumbling around, and boom, what happened again? Well, I've seen this pattern, Brian. There was a couple of other games in series earlier on these playoffs where Indiana came into somebody else's house and
So this is what you think about
this is
what you think about the game one, right? Are we really getting into this real deep right away?
Yeah,
because I want to hear your thoughts on tonight's game. I think I had a little bit of a heart attack at some point, and my anxiety went up. But go on.
I would say this,
especially with the two of the smallest market teams in the league battling it out for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Tell me it's not a great thing.
It was a fun game. I mean, in some ways, it was. I was surprised at how much Oklahoma City didn't just take off and run in this game. So a testament to Indiana's defense for holding Oklahoma City down from kind of coming just running roughshod on them. It's amazing that Indiana had 24 turnovers tonight and the Oklahoma City Thunder only had 6, and somehow they won by 1 point. It's amazing that our Canadians had a good showing. But listen, this is a matchup of the backcourts. I'm telling you right now, we saw our guy Luguentz Dort come up and hit 5 huge threes, and he was making Canada look
in the second
good.
Quarter.
Yeah. And then, of course, SGA is going to be the leading scorer in the whole entire game and do what he does as the MVP. And Nembhard was key on the other side and doing what he was doing for, the Pacers with, the defense with him and Haliburton and Nesmith was really, really, really a key in this also. I mean, this is a testament to Rick Carlisle, the veteranness of Siakam and Turner, and understanding that the game is not over till it's over. Hang in there and go for the jugular at the end when you could get them. And that's what they did. And they really hurried up at the end. And this is a pattern Indiana's shown. It's like they were saying in the broadcast, this is a 48-minute team. And you cannot let off the gas. And Oklahoma City, you should have known that. You should have rumbled right on over them. Because, in some ways, you had every opportunity this whole entire game. You really did.
You know what, Lex? My takeaway from the game was, because this was actually the first playoff game so far. I've only gotten 16 wrong so far, ladies and gentlemen, throughout this whole playoff.
Wow.
So holla at me for your picks. But this is the one I was actually really vested into for the first time since the 2019 championship, where I was sleeping, living, and breathing this, because what I saw was the two smallest markets in the NBA battling it out with all these young players. Thank you, Paul George, for having that effect on both teams. But for what I saw from them, despite what I saw, it brought me back to when basketball was good before flopping and whining, right? And seeing gritty defense, fast pace, turnovers, not a lot of 3-point shots, right?
Yeah.
It really brought me back to what the game is supposed to be played because there was a lot of mid range, there was a lot of getting down, the nitty gritty, like I just said. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic and phenomenal, right? But what really triggered me the most was seeing right there on the court four, count them, one, two, three, four Canadians.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Shy, you got the MVP, you got Lou Dort, okay, you got Mathurin, you got those four, okay, two on
Mm-hmm.
each side, and plus we also have a Canadian connection with Pascal Siakam
Sure.
helping to bring the 2019 championship right here to
Yeah.
Toronto, which
Yeah.
I thought was absolutely fantastic. And I don't know about you, buddy, but I felt a little bit refreshed from what we've seen since the 2019 championship. What are your thoughts on bringing our guys onto the international stage in the NBA
Yeah.
finals? And one of them is going to get an LOB at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Two of them will at least.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Siakam tonight, to me, he showed a lot of the stuff that he did for the Raptors in certain ways. Like he showed a hustle for a loose ball at one point, and then a run back when everybody else was kind of caught looking. He had a key block in the second half at one point too. He just has his spots and his moments to make winning plays and to really help his team get along and keep being competitive in the game, especially when they're down. And a lesser team would not have hung in there and kind of roll with everything and kind of like stuck with it to be in the position to come back and win by one like this. And that's, like I said, man, I think that the Pacers are going to surprise some people in some ways because a lot of people just think that the Thunder might just sweep them. But obviously that's not true as of tonight. And I said that my official prediction was in 5, but I
I
don't
said
know
6.
now. You said in 6. I said Thunder in 5, right?
Yeah.
I don't know now. I'm thinking that if they could have some real high drama in this series, and it could go like deeper series. It could be like a 6 or 7 game series at this point with this like opening game like this. But this is a great thing. This playoff has been so good because it's unpredictable. The other stuff before would be boring. It's like, or it's a blowout, or it's like, this is fun when it's like a close game and it's like a win by one. This is what we want to watch for sports because it's competitive, it's exciting, and we can't predict what the hell is going to happen.
Does it fuel
That's
you
why.
more? Does it fuel you more since you spent most of your life in the States and you are the Raptors freak and you support Canadian
Okay.
basketball and you support
Yeah.
Toronto, right? But to
Oh,
see
yeah.
Canadian players thrive throughout these playoffs?
I think that it's amazing. I mean, I'm an older Raptors fan, and seeing the young generation like SGA and Nebhard, it's cool, man. And because like I live not that far from Aurora, and to know that Andrew Nebhard's out there like repping Aurora, Ontario, it's pretty cool. And like Lou Dort is just a joy to watch, man. I thought that in the first half, Lou Dort's rebounding was outstanding. He was just getting shoehorned in between the Indiana Pacers and grabbing rebounds over taller guys like crazy. And then, of course, it was fun to see him get hot for 3 and the crowd yelling his name out and stuff like that. Yeah, it's so
Woo!
awesome to see these guys because it's it's got to be a joy for SGA to go up against Andrew, like the way they work together on Team Canada and their friendship is really, really cool. So it's got to be just like kind of a fun series. In some ways, SGA's been getting a lot of fun series. He's had to play Nickel, and
Yep.
now he gets to play Andrew now. So the Canadian contingency in this playoffs have been awesome. And Alexander Walker had a really good couple games in their series also
Yep.
when Minnesota was in there. Yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of promise and a lot of pride for sure. And the Canadians and the young crop coming up, man.
See, to me, what I would say is like I said earlier, to me it's very refreshing to watch it played out this way because now you're seeing guys that are just playing the game, right? They're
Yeah.
not the only thing I'll take the only cringe thing is Shy's dad dancing with the Eastern Conference Finals trophy, whatever. Okay, do the zesty stuff on TikTok. That's fine, right?
Hey, he feels good.
Yeah, you're gonna get that, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But just to see a bunch of new faces and a bunch of new names, and considering right now in those finals,
Mm.
only three players have won a championship, right? And
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle won a championship.
Yep.
Out of all those people, this is going to be completely fresh. I think it's a great clean slate because you guys know how I feel about who was the face of the NBA for the last 20 years. I'm not going to get
Huh.
into that, right? But it's very refreshing and very nice to see this. And I kind of feel inspired, like invigorated, right? That's
Sure.
why I reached out to you and I'm like, dude, let's cover the games at the end,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
I I,
So
I
now,
think
so my
it's
question to you now is with the next game coming up, after what we saw,
yeah.
despite Indiana going nuts with the turnovers, right? Um, how do you think game two will play out? Let's hold
Well,
ourselves to this before we film the next one.
knowing the competitiveness of the best player in the world, honestly, in my book, and shame on that 100 that came out recently that's still putting Joker up there. I mean, I know Joker's great, but I'm telling you, SGA is going to come out with fire and a passion, and like this is his normal pattern. Like if he loses, he's going to come back really with vengeance. And I could see Gilgeous Alexander. They won't lose again in Oklahoma City in game two. The Thunder will win the next game. And it's really because they have to. They have to in some ways. And it's pride. And in certain ways, I could see them actually, this could be really an ugly game. Like, because they could get away from the Pacers the next game. And it could be an ugly score, is what I'm saying. Because that's kind of been the pattern with the Thunder in some ways this season is that they have a bad game and then SGA gets mad and he comes back and he just like drops a 40 or something.
Do you think they might change it up, like from like me as from a coach's standpoint? Personally, I would change it up from what they did today. What tonight was, or for when you guys are seeing this, it'll be yesterday. Um, like when they went small at the beginning to start the lineup without what's his name? I like to call him Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Um,
they had Wallace in instead of Hartenstein, which
yes.
was an interesting choice.
Do
I
you
didn't
think
totally understand it because
do
I
you think
thought
they
they had a
might
good
change it
advantage.
because at the beginning of the game they came out running and gunning, right?
Yeah.
But
Siakam
I think that
abused
might have
Casey.
slowed them down near the end of the game because it looked like they didn't
Yeah.
have good legs on them. In the fourth quarter, I was like, I got
Yeah.
worried. I thought Indiana was going to come right back.
And they did and took it right at the end. And I mean, I don't know. That was a weird starting lineup by Mark Dagnall to have Case and Wallace out there all of a sudden to start the first game of the finals. I didn't totally agree with it. In some ways, I think they would have taken off more with Hartenstein out there to start, and that Rick Carlisle was smart and utilized like Siakam really well in the first quarter to get them some offense when they were really struggling
You see,
because of
that's what I want to
yeah,
ask you about Siakam. What I noticed about him during this game was Siakam was extremely effective when he was aggressive.
yeah,
It
yeah.
it it it,
I,
it, it just
I
showed a
love
different
that
side of his game.
he can beat who's guarding him. He can beat whoever's guarding him. That's the thing with him right now. He just needs a little bit of time to get his room. I mean, the thing is, the playoffs are so physical. He's getting fouled and he's trying to finish through like a lot of contact in a lot of places. But man, he is so fun to watch. And he is constantly evolving. He is not just staying the same player. Since he was on the Raptors, he's changed even now. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the he's embracing his leadership role in a new way. And the fun thing is when you have success and you're kind of the guy who's saying, "Yeah, I told you guys." It's fun, and he's maturing as a leader in the NBA, and even like the great thing about him is he doesn't get any credit or attention unless he forces them to give it to him,
Only now he's
and
getting the
that's
credit
what's
and the
happening right
attention.
now. Yeah,
It's only now
yeah,
with the
and the
American media paying attention to him when he was up here, right?
I mean, it's the same stuff for OG and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
with Pascal, it's pretty cool because his resume is so good. And in some ways, you know, Raptors fans really need to start considering Pascal one of the top 3 growths, if not number 2 or 1, because of his accomplishments. You know,
Yeah, and
Lowry, obviously. But it's like, look, Siakam's got the ring there. And like in some ways, look at all the accolades he's had. So
you got the G League, you got the
yeah.
2019, and now he might get the 2025.
Most improved
Just
player
saying.
award.
Yep. All-star,
All NBAs, 3
all NBA.
All-Stars.
The resume goes
Yeah.
up and down
Yep.
throughout it. So,
Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
yep. So before we get out of here, I just want
Yeah.
to because I know both of us got to get to sleep because, ladies and gentlemen, the Raptors freak. I don't know when he sleeps.
9:30 a.m. baby, I'll be up.
There you go. There you go.
Live.
You guys make sure to chat publicly. I'll be there. What about you? Okay. All right. And shout out to the whole Freak Nation. Shout out to the whole To The Point family. Lex, before we get out of here, my brother, because it's a late night for the lyrical Leviathan. Lex,
yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ski.
Before his live stream, what would you like to say about after game 1 tonight, my brother? Because we're covering the whole series. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no choice but to be with us. So, Lex, hit me up, bro.
I think that this is going to be a very, very fun, entertaining series, and I think there are going to be twists and turns. I think that even though I said I think that Oklahoma City is going to blow them out in game 2, I could be way, way wrong, and there could be all kinds of crazy things happening. And I think that this series is going to be longer than everybody initially thought now because of this game tonight, and that's fantastic. That's good for the game, and yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Indiana fans are celebrating tonight. Oklahoma City Thunder fans are shocked, just like what's been happening this whole playoffs. They did it to Cleveland. They did it in New York. Now they're doing it to Thunder. Go Pacers. Go Siakam, baby. Let's go.
Hey, before we get out of here, I'm just going to say I'm also excited too because with you know who that I will not mention while the NBA viewership went down 58%. A lot of us were uninspired to watch it. After you know who got eliminated from the playoffs in the first round, it went back up 38%, right? And I can't wait to see the numbers on the viewership and how many people out there are actually really excited just to watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Basketball.
I don't know what the viewership's like, but in some ways, some people may not tune in because it's not a big matchup. But if you like basketball, if you like the chess game between coaches, if you like the 2 very well built teams playing really, really kind of good high level basketball, then you got this in the finals. That's what it's all about, right? The 2 best teams playing against each other, and that's what you got in the NBA this year, as far as I'm concerned. So
exactly. All right, Lex, my man, I'm joining you, but you're also joining me. So you guys know what to do. Go find Raptors Freak right there. My man Lex, or whichever side he's on the camera. You guys can find us To The Point, Raptors Freak Nation. Y'all are amazing. I love each and every single one of y'all when I chime in with you guys. And if you are with me, I'm saying you're riding with the To The Point family. And Lex, we're bringing it from a Canadian point of view to the people out there, and we got to keep doing what we got to do to get our view out there so people actually know what's going on. So can I sign us out?
yeah, you go right ahead. Brian, it's been a pleasure collaborating. 9:30 a.m. every morning, live streaming. Lex, been going for 4 years now straight, every single morning, 9:30, talking Raptors every day. And To The Point is one of my favorite shows to collaborate with. The King is the man. That's right. Let's go. And I'm looking forward to doing every game in the finals with Brian. So keep tuning in and catch us on game 2 coming up. Let's go.
So on behalf of myself, the lyrical Leviathan Lex, and the greatest producer of all time, Arturus, Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and